Welcome to another Flash Hour. Been coming to you live here for just over a year. Of course, I appreciate each and every one of you for always tuning into our Flash Hours. If you miss a few, I forgive you. But this one's going to be particularly a big one. Since that year, we have been building towards this moment and this hyperscale moment. And this is quite a momentous time for the Flash team, one that will live in infamy. So thank you for tuning into Flash Hour. If this is the first time you've ever tuned into Flash Trade or Flash Hour with the janitor, myself, basically what we do is we go through State of the Trenches. You have to sit through a little bit of monologue with me. Apologies for that. State of the Trenches is essentially just what's going on in Solana, kind of some of the big news we cover here to allow people to funnel in so that it gives a little breathing room. Somebody can sit down with their coffee, their drink, get settled in for the remainder of the juicy content that comes next. Then we get into something that we want to highlight, which is Flash Overview, what we got done this week, Anas's favorite section, and then my favorite section is what comes next. What's the roadmap? Where are we headed? And then we close it out with a little friendly back and forth banter with Anas and Zaheb if he attends. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Sheesh. So, yeah, a lot of things.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot to get into.
As we speak, and my inbox is also chiming a lot. Let me close some apps. I think we didn't change this welcome thing, but yeah, all good.
Yep.
No worries.
Yeah, we do need to make a few changes. We do need to make some changes to Docs too. Docs has been kind of stripped at the moment. I will be adding things back, but we had to get a lot of that stuff stripped out just because it's misleading. With V2, there's changes. So Docs right now, they have if you are wanting to build over top of Flash of V2, everything is there for you. The MCP server needs to be rebuilt by myself.
Is it over V2, Max? Is it over V2?
Yeah, V2, or I guess it would just be Flash Trade now.
Yeah, sure.
So build over Flash, but yes, our V2 implementation is live. So the SDK and the APIs are there. Then we just need to get some of the quality of life things back in there, like the MCP server, the CLI, so things like that, and some of the quality of life docs that are available to most software developers or vibe coders these days. So yeah, we'll make sure that that is updated. That's something that's on my docket for sure. And yeah, docs will be updated soon. But there's a lot of things that will be changing too. So we need to flip quite a few things around now that we've switched into V2. All right. All right. Now, state of the trenches. Solana tokenized stock volume crossed 10 billion all-time high, which is pretty insane, with daily volumes hitting a new $553 freaking million. Holy crap. Like I said last week, we were literally talking about this when it was $10 million and not even daily. That was like weekly. So things have accelerated a little fast. We went from about $10 million in a week to 10 billion in a month. Wowzers. Or I'm sorry, in a week. Let's see. BGDA. I don't even know what that is, but it's like basically I'm assuming some sort of financial product. And the UK launched Baggy, the first publicly available, fully native UK tokenized bond fund, so regulated bond fund. Now, I know most people are like, woohoo, yay. But this is the reason I put these things on here is really bigger than just making that announcement. It's to show you that no matter what is going on with YouTubers and X accounts, institutions are here and they're here to stay. They're using, the next one is actually super interesting too. MoneyGram joined Solana developer platform as infrastructure partner and went live on their network. Now, here's the other thing is the remittance. So this is the other thing that's getting kind of wild with like Western Union and a few others that are out there. MoneyGram's actually another remittance platform. They're just getting into the validator space because their entire business model is being upended. So they're trying to get in where they fit in. They're trying to get in somehow into the blockchain space. So this is kind of why I wanted to highlight these three things here. Institutions are here. They're trying to embed themselves in the space. Bonds are coming on chain, which is kind of wild. We always speculated that would happen, and now it's here. You know, collectibles are coming on chain. You see also the other crazy part is like housing. So that's coming on chain as well. So like the housing market, all insane to me. KG Inc.'s South Korea's largest payment platform signed an MOU or memorandum of something. I forgot the whole acronym, dang it, to bring Solana stablecoin payments across its $25 trillion KRW annual merchant network. I'm assuming that's trillion. Maybe.
Yeah, because the Korean won is it's very low based currency, so yeah, it might be.
Understood. The value of it comparatively, that makes sense. Titan Exchange. I was like, trillion? That sounds off. Titan Exchange introduces DCA enabling fully. I love the privacy narrative. So you could literally see my bias in the state of the trenches that I cover, because I like covering things that I like covering institutional adoption, privacy. Now I've really liked the RWA narrative, which is why I always bring on the stocks and things like that, and then collectibles. I know a lot of people are poo-pooing the collectibles, but I make a pretty healthy argument as to why they're going to stay and why it actually has sticking power. But yes, so Dart actually.
I think talking about collectibles, the interesting part is about Jurassic 5. Did you get a chance to get into what they are doing?
I did. No. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I thought it was pretty neat. I added them last minute because I saw at the
Yeah.
very bottom with Solana, and it's actually really neat. So they're essentially, I mean, really what it's doing, in my opinion, is like distributing the net worth of dinosaur bones, more or less. So it is really cool. It's like fractionalizing it too, which is super cool because otherwise you're not going to be spending $100 million on like, the next T-Rex that goes out at the museum. But this way it could be fractionalized and you can own a portion of it, which is really neat. I think that's a neat application for tokenized, fractionalization. Is that what they call it? Sure. I just made that word up. That word sounds cool. Arkham also went live on Solana. So this is another really huge milestone for privacy. Arkham's been killing it, and I'd love to see that expanding across the board. Let's see. So Titan's exchange, the Dart engine, can be fully private if you so choose. The only bad thing with privacy right now, the only drawbacks, is it costs more, and there is quite a bit of latency when it comes to that. So
latency will always be there. Like if you are
Yeah.
trying to make things private, I think the problem is more around costing, because the costing is very high. Like I
very
did try Umbra last week,
I did
and
too.
it was about 60 bips. When you're putting in money, it took some amount of money, and when you're withdrawing,
Yeah.
it slapped again. And I was like, should have been once, but yeah.
These, what do you call it? The private transfer? I know you use it sometimes. You'll use that private transfer. It's very smart. It's super good for wallet. I call it wallet hygiene, but really it's like OPSEC, like keeping your wallet separate. But it's really good to look into that as well. But that privacy transfer thing that you sent me was actually that one's reasonable. Is there some sort of difference between doing like a swap and interacting with the Solana program compared to just swapping between wallets? I'm guessing it's probably far less expensive.
Basically what they do is they try to pool money and then help you remove the traces to your whatever wallet you were using before. But yeah, not much apart from that. I think the problem is the pools are very small as well. There's a little bit like $100,000 to $200,000. So that is kind of a bummer as we speak. But I think as things grow, there will be more money in the pool so that you can hide traces for larger amounts.
Yeah. And this is if you think it's shady in any way, this is literally what institutions do. They hide their traces everywhere. They literally don't want you to know. This is why they want like dark pools and everything else. They're like, hey, we want privacy for us, but for you plebs, no. We want to trace everything you do. So keep that in mind when you're trying to rationalize it in your brain. Let's see. Rarible launches actually, this was pretty cool. I rewatched over the weekend their live stream. It was pretty neat. I didn't realize that Collector Crypt actually came up with and developed the gotcha system. So the gotcha station is what they call it, but it's an on-chain system.
The gotcha system
that's pretty cool.
is something that used to live off-chain, right? That is why this thing came out about. It's a very old system. These are like Japanese machines. It's not new. It's the only new part is using blockchain and using the VRF tech so that things are random.
Yes.
Having a fully on-chain randomizer is important. And that is what Collector Crypt worked on.
Yeah. Did a great job. They're being adopted by a bunch of people too. So that was kind of why I saw this explosion of these kind of gotcha systems. And I was like, what the hell? What is going on? So I dug a little bit deeper, and yeah, it's basically, it's Collector Crypt's, Solana program being used or protocol being used by all these different people. So now Rarible has it and they've been using it. Rarible is a huge real world asset or collectible kind of sports cards and many other things, not just sports cards. But Rareable's an interesting add to the Solana ecosystem. I'm glad to see Collector Crypt being adopted because their volumes are very high. And we already covered the Jurassic Phi. So let's move into the big announcement, Flash Trade V2. I wish I had some sound effects, but I'm not that cool for high speed. But Flash Trade V2, if you all didn't know, Flash Trade V2 is fully live on flash.trade. We have migrated over now to the V2 system. All docs, everything else will be upgraded soon. The software development docs, just to reiterate, is actually live. Some of the other docs are a little outdated. We just need to get in there and get that switched over. But V2 is live for you now. And if you don't mind, if you're tuning in, the 51 of you that are here, if you could please drop a like, not on this stream. So if you don't mind, minimize this off to the side, just like you do on mobile. If you're on desktop, you'll see a little icon where you can bring it off to the side. Go to the Flash Trade account, repost our pinned tweet or pinned post. I don't know what they call it now. Pinned post at the top of the Flash Trade account, and spread the word that V2 is live. We have a great promo video there. If you could watch, it's under a minute, super short and beautiful, done by Sarthik. So I appreciate that very much. And if you're liking the live stream, drop a comment. I have one comment by Tom. Good morning. 1 year. Congrats. Great timing for 1 year. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. To be clear, it was 1 year of basically me being here on Flash Hour. We've actually been live. Flash Trade's been live for 2 years, but
I think even the V2 deployment took almost a year to where we are right now. So yeah.
Yes,
because that's
yes,
when we started experimenting with the whole ER system.
Yep. Yeah, I remember the day you brought it up. I thought you were completely insane. I remember you saying it was a possibility. I thought, no way. And 1 year later,
I think it's best if Zohib can comment on that. Like I remember Zohib, like he was like, what is this thing? It's about gaming, right? It was about gaming.
That's exactly the first thing when I looked it up. I saw Unity and I was like, what the heck is he talking about? Zaheb, are you there?
Yeah, for sure. I think huge shout out to the Magic Block team first. They literally kind of they've done everything to make it usable for an application like Flash Trade to operate perps on ER, which wasn't originally designed to handle such things. The whole idea of the ephemeral VM, as we refer to it, ER. To kind of cut it short, the whole idea behind that was to have like this additional compute that's available, and it was cool. Like if you had games which needed this extra elastic compute to come up to kind of play a session on a game and then end it and then kind of have the state rolled back or published onto mainnet, that worked. Like that was the smallest or infinitesimal use case that you could find for such SVM modified parallel compute environment that you get. But then we spin it over. For us, it was a difference between waiting for mainnet to improve to kind of all of the SIMDs that we've always talking about. Like I think it's been a year of talking about SIMDs as well, talking about activations kind of being in there for us to scale the pool, list more markets. And it's a long time. An year is a very long time. So we couldn't just keep sitting on our hands tied and wait for features to ship. So this seemed like the best obvious move. We didn't realize that it would go so long in the journey because there are like so many things that we need to fix on our end. A parallel SVM is no easy feat. So shout out to Magic Blocks team, to Gabriel, Andrea, and all of the amazing engineers right at Magic Block. And at the team at Flash here to kind of pull that feat, and now you can feel that the magic of like sub 50 millisecond execution, and all of it happening without you kind of getting through much trouble if you use sessions and all of the things that we have for you at hand. The initial, I think the initial usage did present some difficulties to users who couldn't really grasp what's happening with simulations and other stuff that breaks. But we are already talking to Phantom and other teams to kind of get that resolved as well. It's just because it's a new system which isn't really used elsewhere. So there's a lot of firsts for Flash that we need to get into and fix before we can make the UX a lot more smoother. But for all its purposes, we're working on a lot of these fixes where we try to sponsor all of the rent, we try to sponsor all of the costs that you even face today. So we're gonna make it more seamless. Feel free to drop your feedback if you've had any trouble interacting with V2 right now, and we'll be on it. We're fixing all of that stuff. We're in the midst of ironing out all of the issues that we've had to list more markets and kind of resume the flow that we've had of listing anything that's tradable that lives under the sun to be tradable on Flash, and we'll be back at it.
For sure. Yep.
Yeah, I remember us talking. The funniest part was, before we get into this real quick, I remember Zahab and us, Anas, every time Anas is away, Zahab and I get to just sit here and riff on random things. But I remember us literally talking about the SIMDs, talking about Magic Block, and like kind of like how we I remember us literally trying to conceptualize it, not even saying that it was possible at the time. So good memories, good vibes on Flash Hour. I might try and go back through and cherry pick some of those and do like and do like a in reverse where we kind of go back through the last year. I'll see if I can make that happen. It would be a pretty long editing session, but
for sure.
All right.
Sure.
I think
this, yep, the last week and this coming week were full of things. I think we should also have highlighted the B1 filing that we did for FAF with Blockworks, where basically we stated all the details of how the foundation that owns Flash is structured and all the details of how FAF was distributed. Everything was filed in detail and reviewed by the Blockworks team. Blockworks is the leading, I think, media house in the blockchain industry right now, and I think they are the only ones left as well after Cointelegraph. So yeah, the B1 filing happened, and then the second proposal of Futarchy also wrapped up, and we are very thankful for the FAF holders to make that possible, where we minted 200 million tokens, which is about 20% of the supply. And right now it's sitting in a multisig, which is 3x4 multisig between us and the MetaDAO team. Yep. And the first batch of tokens are yet to be unlocked, because every proposal that goes through this squad is delayed by 3 days. And that is for safety purposes, so that in case if anyone were to go rogue, that's not possible actually, because there is a 3x4 setup. But if that happens, then again we have this 3-day time interval where things can be set right if, for instance, things went wrong with these 200 million tokens. And I think this also showed a lot of people of how the token is structured. Like, many people question us about the token being mintable, but they don't understand that it can only be minted if everyone vote for it. So this proposal also showed how the mechanism actually worked, and if the token holders agree, then and only then the tokens can be minted. The minting authority is not in anyone's hands. It's in the hands of the people who are owning FAF, and they go through the proposal system. That is the only way any new token can come to the market, and it's a good lengthy process. So yeah, that is cleared out of the way, and we will also be sharing the address of multisig in our Discord, so that anyone who wants to verify, they can verify how the multisig is set up and how the system is live.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be added to docs.
Yes, for sure. And yeah,
the other thing too, though. You you mentioned the Blockworks. It's actually fully available on our docs right now. If you go to the FAF token page, you will see the report, the link to the report. You'll be able to get right to Blockworks, download the PDF, and it's fully available to the public for the complete transparency. So just wanted to add that in.
Yep. Transparency is always on top, and I think that leads to us growing bigger than where we are. And the next important thing is, V2 is live, and along with, there has been certain changes to the perks that FAF gives to individuals, and the system around fee discounts that was linked with FAF staking has been removed, because what we have seen over the last year of FAF staking system that is live is not a lot of people who staked FAF actually got advantage from fee discounts, and we always had to adjust the fee discount so that the best tier was available for the people with the highest FAF staked. But now it's the same tier, which is the best, is available for everyone, and FAF perks are now limited to revenue share, which is the biggest thing for anyone who is holding FAF. And the second thing is about referral structure, which is having a higher referral rebate when you stake FAF through your link, anyone who comes in. And I think there is more cleanliness to be done around referral rebate structure. I think that is it on the FAF system being changed. Anything else to add, Zohaib?
Yeah, I think just the general confusion that people might have had. There were a few accounts who did unstake, but they did not withdraw and vote in the Futarchy proposal. So they need to stake back in order to continue receiving the revenue share. Otherwise, it's just sitting there for them to be able to withdraw. We might need an announcement to help with that, but I was just like checking a few things, and I did come across a few instances of these, at least one that we did identify and report. So people who did unstake during the Futarchy voting window but did not vote or bring back and stake their FAF, please do so. Otherwise, your stake would just sit idle and not be eligible for revenue. But otherwise, nothing else that has changed in terms of perks, except for the discounts being reset. And we are also working on this new system for builder codes or integrator perks that we have on the backlog right now. So once we have that up, people building over Flash could route fees and adjust the terms as per their convenience. So that's the good part of getting rid of discounts, so we don't create more blockers for people building on Flash. And traders are here for lower fees, and we should be trying to push it much lower as we get more data on the feeds performing well. So 2 bips here for all traders.
Yes, the new system would be cool, and the docs will be updated with it as shortly or as quickly as it comes out. So we'll make sure that that's all Gucci. Right now it is stripped out, by the way.
Another important thing is a new feature, which is Flash Duels, that is coming live on flash.trade. It's a system where people can come together and challenge each other for a duel, where the guy who has the highest PNL at the end of the duel will get the winning amount. So we are working to make that happen and make it much more easier to do through the Flash's UI itself. So that is also something that we have got done this week. Should be live in the coming few days with some interesting folks in the CT sphere. So Flash Duels are coming, and you can do some funny things with your friends who say they trade well.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I really want to challenge some people live and see who wins. That'll be really cool. We'll see what comes from that. But just It looks like the thread has gone live, the V2 thread.
All right.
Just
Interesting.
wanted to cover that real quick. The a V2 thread that was curated by us. We have it all out for you guys. It really breaks down all of the benefits and everything of the V2 migration and system that we have now available. We've got some interesting visuals for you, and there's a lot more to come from V2. I just wanted to make that call out. Duels will be a lot of fun, by the way. If you do want to challenge me, just know I will lose all my money and you will win. So I'll try to take those extremely sparingly. V2 fees and structure. I'm sure this is Zahab's realm, but
Yeah, but I think that is what we kind of covered in the FAF perks detail, where now the fees is flat for everyone. There is no tied based system where people, depending on their stake, would get lower fees. Now it's everyone gets the same amount of fees, which is the lowest in the ecosystem. It's like 50% lower than whatever there is out there, and actually 100% lower than Binance if you want to compare. So yeah, the fees is nothing, and even the margin fees is very low. So yep, you should basically breeze over whatever you're on. Yep, it's almost 84%. All right. Yep, there are some numbers in the thread that has just went out. So yeah, the structure is smooth, things are running, and I think the important thing that we might are missing right now is about the assets that we had on beta are being added on flash.trade as we speak. So if you want to add something on that, I think in a few hours or
Yeah,
couple of
it would take a few more hours since we have a lot of downstream dependencies, which kind of do require close attention to detail. We wanted to get it across Monday, but yeah, corresponding with teams and getting the structure up took us a bit, and I think that's the wiser take to make sure no one is left behind. There have been a lot of integrations on FAF, and with the market open today, we have had a lot of inbound coming from teams waiting for all of the new guidance and a lot of new people learning about magic blocks and ephemeral VMs and the whole structure for the first time. So yeah, we're working with everyone to make sure the transition is smooth and the current market stays stable. So keep an eye out. Shouldn't take more than a few hours from now. But yeah, we'll have all of the markets. And once you have the markets, please use flash.trade and not beta. I guess we wish to sunset that soon. We don't want to be forced closing positions or kicking people out of their existing positions. And migrating it would just take a lot of effort out of the current features that we have in the backlog. So we wish to facilitate the best UX, and yeah, your balance or your account balance on beta is different from what you have on flash.trade. So those things could be a bit tricky, and we apologize for all the inconvenience and confusion it may have caused. But yeah, we're making things right as we speak to make it easier for you all.
amazing.
Sure. Yep. I think the next very important thing that has been coming and will come is the funding mechanism, which will basically open up much more usage and open interest on flash.trade. That is something, it's a very new and novel mechanism that we have built after having experienced the mechanism live for 2 years now. And it is all our experiences being jotted down together to unleash higher capital efficiency and higher yield for LPs, because that is something that we have to work towards as much as possible, because that will attract liquidity, and liquidity begets liquidity. So yep, that is the crux of the funding mechanism that is yet to come.
Well,
although it's
the one thing I just wanted to preface the whole thing too is that the funding mechanism is really that because of the system that we have now, right? we moved to basically USDC collateralized everything,
No, no,
right?
no, no, no. We don't move to USDC collateralized. It's a system where, depending on the OI skew, we charge the funding rate, so that it basically makes the LPs have a delta neutral position to their
That's right.
holding.
That's what I meant. Okay, okay, good.
So yeah, there is no USDC collateralization. It's all about having delta neutral positioning for LPs, because right now every pool has different amount of assets, and those assets price movements affect your ultimate LP price, which is your index price. But once we have OIs that are much more balanced, the LP price will become more balanced, and the earnings will be more predictive for
Yeah.
LPs.
And then
So
the mechanism itself is to pay basically I'm trying to come at it from like a pleb perspective.
Yep.
So it's like so basically if I'm an LP provider, I get this delta neutral much more balanced return, and if I'm chasing funding rates, I can long or short based off of the funding rate
you
and
can
get paid.
arb against other
Yeah.
positions. So imagine the funding rate on Flash is negative and the funding rate on another exchange is positive. Anyone who wants to arb can open a long here and short there and have their own delta neutral position, which is farming the funding rate, while giving a balanced open interest for Flash trade LPs, which basically gives a more predictive way of earning yield from whatever that is happening on Flash. And having a higher OI always leads to a higher volume and more sticky volume on the exchange,
Oh, 100%.
which is why the funding mechanism is very important. And we didn't go with it before because the Magic Blocks integration seemed very important, but right after that, the next important thing is the funding mechanism, and that is what we will start working on. Right, like talking about start working, like we do have the mechanism and everything charted down. It's more about implementing out on the margin engine that is live right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you got to iron out the details and keep it safe. But the thing I'm most interested in is to see the higher volumes that come in that want to arb that and create their delta neutral positions. I actually, this is like the creme de la creme for me. This is what I've been waiting for. This is just one of those things where when Anas isn't here, we get to pontificate on things like this. So Zahib and I sat here for a better part of an hour. I think that was like one of our longest streams. We sat here for an hour and 20 minutes and just talked back and forth about just a funding mechanism. But we won't belabor the point. The Seeker campaign, what is that all about? Are we going to do that again? We're rolling it back?
Yep, we are rolling it back for the V2, and we do love our Seeker users, and we see a lot of neat, what do you say? Usage from anyone who's using Seeker. So I think Flash needs to do more work on that side to attract all those holy users of Solana. So that is where the Seeker campaign comes in and should be coming up next week. We have a couple of calls with them this week, so we'll follow up on that and then have things up by next week in that direction. And the next important thing is with the V2 live, I think users can already see the improvement that is on the perps page. It's a whole new experience, and this experience will be extended on to the other pages that are live, which is the earn and token page. So that is under works as we speak, and will make the whole UI much more seamless and more greenish, because we are bullish on what we do.
We are bullish on green. The new earn page is amazing, by the way. Holy crap. If you thought the earn page that we just came out with, like 6 months ago, I think 5-6 months ago, looked nice, you are going to be blown away by the new experience of the earn page. I am super bullish on our UI team, meaning Sarthik and Anas. They're just like, I don't know what it is. Anas has this weird knack for finding the littlest pain points and making them super easy, which by the way is amazing, because that is a unique skill that a lot of people, like a lot of developers, do not have. And I think it's mainly comes from the fact that you actually use the product. Like myself, I actually use the product, so it definitely helps to be a user of your own product, because then it allows you to really create the experience that you as a developer should
Max,
want
that's
your
the
users to have.
only way to build any product, that you need to be the
I know,
user of
but
your own
how
product.
many teams don't do it though? How many teams have you run across? How many websites have you run across where
I've seen a
you
lot of
get in
people.
there? Yeah, a lot, man. And it's like, do you use your own product? Do you actually get on here? Because the first thing I think of is like, what in the world was that design decision all about? Like, how did you ship that out to your users? It's such a pain. But yeah, I've seen that time and time again. And Flash is one thing that we definitely strive for, is we keep the users first. I mean, it's all about your experience on our platform. And Anas, trust me, at the helm, will never let you down. So yes, the new token, actually the new token and earn page, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Our
both of those are coming.
those are coming, and yeah, I think there are some more things that are coming we might be missing, because we are under a lot of stress with V2 going live just few hours ago. So yep, we need to calm ourselves down a bit more, and then give some more neater takes on X. That is where some more articles might be coming out, which will give you some more detailed
Yeah.
under the hood view of what is actually going on with V2. And I think the thread also serves a very neat purpose to that. So yeah.
Yeah, the thread is definitely it gives you everything that you need from a bird's eye view. Yes, is it a few threads long? Yeah, but give it just look at it, okay? It's a thread. Good Lord.
It's a thread with some good images.
It is. It's got good images. We tried to make it entertaining. We tried to make it, informative and short. So give it a quick read. It's really good information about V2 if you wanted to delve in a little bit deeper. And of course, if you want to get into the weeds of things, docs will be upgraded here soon. If you wanted to feed it to your LLM, to figure out a little bit more, you could do the LLMS dash full text, and you can feed that full context to your LLM and have it explain it to you. But other than that, one thing, Anas, close your ears. Just for all of those who stuck around, I really, we haven't touched on it in quite a few weeks here, but order books. Just to stress you out a little bit more. That's why I said close your ears. What's our thoughts on order books, Abe?
I would say it's unfaithful cheating stuff that we as devs do all the time. So most of the time we've been experimenting with some stuff around, and yeah, always that we kind of come to a single conclusion that order books, what kind of innovation can we bring in?
Yeah,
maybe we're talking privacy enabled order books, or some form of distinction that stands out. Otherwise, the holy grail of order book based perps, at least for now, has been hyperliquid. So if you couldn't get a product which beats hyperliquid at its game, then you're falling short. So that's been our mode, to kind of go out, experiment with a few things. I think privacy-based order books do enable some great features, where it's less prone to price manipulation, and even on ERs. Let's say Anas has had a wide idea, and why don't we do order books for a spot on the ER, and we have this lowest possible execution latency, and then we can settle somehow on mainnet, and probably get integrated into routers. So it's like an engineering problem to solve, even though we have a blueprint of what we need. So there's been a lot of experimentation and fucking around and finding out for a bit.
But yeah,
V2 has been our core focus. So order books, I think are cool. Like that's something we've wanted to work on, but the final result of it, or like the order books coming to Flash, would mean it redefines how people trade. And until we get there, I think it's best for us to kind of keep experimenting and iterating more on ideas before we can commit to something like we did with let's say the Magic Block and using it for Flash V2. I think we're at a point where we haven't found the inflection point just yet. So it's more about finding the right spot, finding the right balance, and to lock in. But yeah, like we've talking to a lot of people, prop AMMs as well, especially like post RWA resurgence on Solana with the recent stock and ETF listings going crazy. But yeah, we've had all of those insights put together, but there isn't a conclusive point yet which could get us to build a competitive order book which outshines Hyperliquid in some form. So that's been our mode for now, and there's still a lot of work to do. And once we kind of get to a point where we feel confident of the design and the roadmap to get there, we'll be the first to come out and share.
So there's the alpha. There's the alpha, guys. So yeah, the only reason I wanted to bring that up is that's like far down the road, but on the horizon, this funding mechanism, as well as many, many other things here at Flash. But I just wanted to give you all a little bit of alpha as to what we're thinking, direction for the future, and innovations which Flash always brings. We bring so many firsts to Solana. Kind of, it'd be great if they pointed that out every once in a while. But other than that, a lot of firsts that we bring, a lot of novelties to the Solana ecosystem, like V2. And actually, flu mechanism, there's so many. I could go through a whole list right now. Matter of fact, it was a tweet that we wanted to send out a while back, but we literally had so many firsts, it would fill up the whole screen. So we ended up not posting it out, but a lot of firsts, and I just wanted to give everybody here who stuck around a little bit of alpha into the way we are thinking over at Flash Trade. Anything you wanted to leave the audience with before we wrap up?
Nope, nothing just yet, but yeah, keep an eye out for the market listings, and do let us know if you face any trouble using V2 for now. And yeah, there's some really good feedback coming our way. We're kind of settling to this new normal of using the ER and working out with wallet teams to get better results with simulation and other things kind of still in the foray. So yeah, keep the feedback coming, and thanks for all of your support.
Yeah, absolutely. And awesome.
Yep. Finally, V2 is live, and I think a lot of volume is going to be flowing through Flash Trade in the coming few days as the integration smoothen out and things also are much more easier for people to digest. I think that is when, and we do have a couple of interesting things at our hand which are coming out as we speak. So yeah, all things in that direction. We've been working on it for a year now, as we said, and for the past few months, and the direction of how do we go out on the market. So yeah.
All right. Well, appreciate it, guys. We'll see you in the stand-up here in just a moment and talk very soon. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in to another Flash Hour, marking the year of Magic Block being conceptualized, brought all the way to you in reality, in real time, as in a real-time engine. But thank you all for tuning in. There's so many things that we have to cover here on this Flash Hour every single week. We hope that everything that we bring you, we try to keep it lively, try to keep it fun. I myself try to play the contrarian, or the kind of, no offense, but like plebeian person who, just tries to tease a little bit more out of the team so that each and every live that you tune into brings value to the community. And of course, guys, if there's anything in docs that you all want updated, or you all maybe the docs aren't that great yet, make sure you reach out to me on Discord or on X. We'll get it in the docs for you. Try to make it as easy and as seamless as possible. The videos need updated. A lot of the language needs updated. So that will be coming down the pipe here soon. Since this is day one of V2, I couldn't get that up quite right away. as we need to get the marketing material out there. So if you could also add some support into our posts that will be coming out this week, all behind, of course, V2 and it being on our main flash.trade URL. No more beta.flash.trade. So if you could please stay away from that, just go to our main website. Make sure you do all of your trades there so we don't have any conflict, as beta will be, of course, deprecated here very, very soon. And as Zahab said, we don't really want to force close any of the trades that are open on beta. So if you could migrate over to our main implementation now. If you all want to get involved, if you're new here, join our Discord community. It's a vibrant and extremely busy. Sometimes I miss things. I get called out for wanting feet pics a lot. Those are only for a select few, so don't be hitting me up for those or tagging me. But other than that, guys, I really do appreciate you. Of course, follow us on YouTube, on X, get in the Discord, all of the social stuff. Turn on the notifications for the latest and the greatest from Flash Trade. As usual, I will see all of you in the markets.